As the Evans network of companies continues to grow, so do opportunities for agents to work with one another. But at times there's confusion about whether these two agents working together, whether it's a broker-carrier load or an independent contractor move. And the answer is, it depends. So let's think of the Evans network of companies as three divisions. You have West Motor Freight with its Packard division, Great Wide with Dallas, Mavis, and Cheetah, and Evans with all their brand names. Looks like we're going to need a bigger truck. So let's talk about one within a single division. So we'll take an All Points agent and an Evans agent, both that work under the Evans umbrella. And let's take a load that pays $1,000 in freight and $250 in fuel. So in this case, this is strictly an independent contractor move. And it's very important to remember that the driver's contract applies. So no matter which agent is billing the load, the fact is, if the driver has a contract for 70% of freight and 100% of fuel, the driver will get paid by that agent, whoever is billing it. It doesn't matter which one bills it, but they'll get paid $700 in freight and they'll get the $250 in fuel. And assuming an 85% split to the agent, that would mean that there's $150 left over for those two agents to split. And they can agree to do whatever they want. One can get all of it. They can split it in half. We don't set rules there, and all you have to do is put the agent code in truck number 2, put whatever you want to pay on the freight line to that agent, $25, $50, $75, whatever it might be, and that'll automatically be deducted from the billing agent and paid to the second agent. So it's pretty straightforward, but again, really important to remember that driver's contract applies even if that driver does not run for you, the agent that's billing the load. So now let's look at a move that goes between divisions. So in this case, let's take that same All Points agent, but instead of working with a Hale agent, they're now working with a West agent. So they would treat it like any broker-carrier move. The West agent would tell the All Points agent they'll do the load for, in this case, maybe they say $900 in freight and $250 in fuel. The All Points agent will bill the customer the $1,000 and the $250, and they will pay the broker carrier under truck 1 for the $900 and the $250. And in the standard broker carrier split applies for the commission calculation for the All Points agent. On the West side now, it becomes an independent contractor move. They're going to bill Evans because that's the broker who gave them the load. And now the driver contract applies to the amount being billed under West. So what are they billing Evans? And in this case, they're billing $900 in freight and $250 in fuel. The driver contract is still 70% of freight and 100% of fuel. So the driver would get $630 on the freight line and they would get $250 on the fuel. And the standard independent contractor move commission calculations apply for the West agent. So it's pretty straightforward, and the biggest thing to remember is if it's within the division, regardless of whether it's your driver or not, that contract applies. The other thing to remember is, especially when it's within the division, we don't set terms on how you work with your other agents. You can give all your commission to the agent supplying the driver. They could agree to let you have the driver and they're not looking for any part of the commission, or you could split it 50-50 or anything in between. Simply put the other agent's code in tractor number 2 and put whatever that amount you're going to pay them in the freight line. It'll automatically be deducted from your commission and paid to the other agent. If you still have questions, feel free to contact us.